I'm recording. What is that bird?
I don't know. I've seen them before, though.
It looks like... Oh, it just went away. It's spring 2020, and we've been in quarantine for almost 3 months now. During the first month of quarantine, my dad bought 2 bird feeders for our front yard. My dad was so obsessed with the birds and was so serious about taking care of them. Every time a bird landed on one of those bird feeders, no matter what kind of bird it was, he always told me to come look at them. Now, at first, I wasn't all that interested. I mean, looking at birds is something old people do. But later on, I started to become fond of watching them. Because we're all trapped in our houses and are limited to what we can do and where we can go. And just looking at the birds makes me feel free in a way. They don't know what the hell is even going on in the world, and they're just minding their own business and living a normal life. In a way, I'm actually kind of jealous. Now, of course, whenever there's a bird feeder, there will always be squirrels trying to eat from the feeder. Whenever my dad saw a squirrel on the bird feeder, he would get so mad and knock on the glass to try and scare them away. Eventually, that tactic didn't work, but the birds didn't mind eating alongside the squirrels, so it all worked out in the end. I think. Now, there are a bunch of plain-looking birds that come around the bird feeder, but sometimes there can be some very vibrant birds that will come and visit. One of them is the northern cardinal. Now, unlike some birds, cardinals don't migrate and actually stay in the same area all year round. Another cool thing that I find interesting about them is that they have 2 colors. The males are red, and the females are gray. Although I didn't get any footage of them together, those 2 cardinals come every single day, clarifying that they are indeed mates for life. Another interesting bird that comes is the blue jay. Although they are indeed beautiful to look at, these birds can actually be quite aggressive towards other birds. Now, my grandfather used to love birds, and when he passed away in 2017, a blue jay started coming to our house every so often. My mom always thought it was Pop-Pop sending birds to notify us that he was okay. But the ironic part was that he didn't really like blue jays that much. This bird is called a brown-headed cowbird. Now, how it got its name, I have no idea, but one sad interesting fact is that the female birds will actually lay their eggs in other birds' nests, abandoning them to foster parents. Talk about bad parenting. Now, I know it's not as colorful as the other birds I've shown you, but listen to the sound they make. Now, their chirps sound so pixelated, and I think that's actually why I love them so much. Now, birds aren't the only animals I see outside. Alongside squirrels, I see deer crossing the road or in the marsh, groundhogs eating our flowers, and even a bunny appeared one day. I have never seen a bunny near where I live before. But there is one bird that I find so special out of all the other birds that come to the bird feeder, and that bird is the monk parakeet. Now, although they may look tropical, these types of parakeets are actually used to cold weather as they originate from Argentina. Now, yes, these birds are indeed an invasive species, but no one really knows how they got here. The earliest known sightings of these parakeets goes all the way back to the 1970s. One of the urban legends is that there was actually a truck full of pet parakeets, but the truck then got into an accident and all the parakeets escaped and repopulated alongside the shoreline. What's also interesting is that these birds can be seen carrying sticks while flying because they make a huge nest out of them. They also don't chirp like the other birds, but squawk instead. I watch shows on Animal Planet or Nat Geo and see a variety of different bird species out there in the world, and now, I can actually see some of these birds in my own front yard. Who knows? Maybe other kinds of birds that I haven't even seen yet might come to my bird feeders. History happens every single second of our lives, and I feel like we're now just starting to realize that. The world is going to change after this, and to be honest, I'm a little scared. I don't know if things will change for the better or worse. I'm just hoping that there will be some sort of big silver lining that comes out from this in the end. Look at the blue jay. Felix, look at... You saw the blue jay? You saw the blue jay, buddy? What's that bird doing, bud?
I love you.